Rise and grind, everyone. This is Shane with ReDesignYourGrind.com. This is the Millionaire's Mindset group, and if you're not already a member of this group, it's about 119,000 people in it, I think. There's just a lot of really great, engaging posts for people like us that are trying to broaden their mindset and make money online. This question right here: what is the number one problem you face when trying to be more productive as an entrepreneur? Well, let's talk about that. If you go into the comments, the first one here, not being patient enough to take your time and then biting off more than you can chew. I completely agree with this. Sometimes not being patient is the thing that holds you back. You want to go as an entrepreneur. You see something, you see an opportunity, you want to move on it. And sometimes that can be a detriment. Sometimes you need to take your time and do what you can do when you can do it. Plain and simple. Biting off more than you can chew, that resonates really hard with me. I've done that so many times in my life. And one of our companies, actually, part of the company motto is, don't bite off more than you can chew. Definitely something to think about. Obviously, this person agrees as well. Organization, Kyle, definitely agree with that. Self-discipline, definitely agree with that as well. So self-discipline is something that I feel like we all learn in our own time, and I'm currently learning it myself every single day. Self-discipline is one of the hardest things as an entrepreneur you're going to need to master, because no one's going to build your business except for you. No one is going to motivate you to do the work you need to do to build that business except for you. It's all on you as an entrepreneur, plain and simple. Everything is on your shoulders, so it's really up to you to decide: are you going to take the reins and just run with them, or are you going to take a step back? Lack of proper priorities, what work to do first, lack of clarity. Again, totally agree. Omkara, I think is your name. I think you're spot on with that one. If you don't know what to prioritize, it's going to be extremely difficult for you to know where to start. You know what the end goal is. You know where you want to get to, but you don't know what you need to do in the meantime to get yourself there. At times like this, I prefer to look at it from the micro aspect rather than the macro. Yes, you want the overall goal. That's what you're trying to get accomplished. You want to go after the goal. However, what I like to do is break it down into as many small steps as I can. You can achieve more small goals per day than you can large goals. So play the numbers. Figure out what you can do today to get yourself there eventually. It's not a race, it's an endurance test. So create small goals for yourself, succeed at those small goals. Once you have those implemented, you'll get onto the larger goals in time. Having the manpower to keep up with the growth of the company. Yes, you need to make sure that you always have the right amount of assistance when you're trying to run a company. You can't do everything by yourself, and you need to be willing to pay people to help you with that. We won't get into MLMs right now or how I feel about those, network marketing, but I don't like people working for promises, because if they're being paid a fair wage, they're going to more likely get your entire aspect of the company, the brand. Rejection, okay. Again, very quickly, just to reiterate the question, what is the number one problem you face when trying to be more productive as an entrepreneur? And we're just going through the comments right now to see what other people think about this particular hurdle in entrepreneurship. Rejection. Rejection is a big thing that entrepreneurs have to deal with. When you're working a 9-to-5 job, you know that your job is there for the most part. I mean, the job security is there. You really have that kind of peace of mind that tomorrow your job will be there no matter what. As an entrepreneur, the fear of rejection can do a lot to a person. It can stop you from putting any effort behind one of your ideas. Even if you know in your heart it's a great idea, you may still never act on that idea just because you're afraid of being rejected by your peers, being rejected by society, being rejected in your market. Whatever the case may be, the fear of rejection, we will at some point talk about the different types of fear and how they pertain to the entrepreneur, because I think that that's an extremely important thing to look into. If you're going to be an entrepreneur, you should understand the things that you fear so that you can overcome them. Accepting something, understanding something is always the first step to being able to overcome anything. So it's going to be really important as an entrepreneur to understand fear. But the fear of rejection is one of those fears. And yes, we all go through that. We all at some point think, oh, my offer has no value, or I don't know enough to be doing what I'm doing, or a million different ways that thought process can go. You just need to believe in yourself, your product, your service, your expertise, and go from there. Just shoot from the hip, swallow your pride, and keep trudging, because Nobody's going to believe in you if you don't believe in yourself. We say that a lot. Self-sufficiency is a big thing in the entrepreneur game, so become self-sufficient. If you're afraid of rejection, get over that. Put yourself out there. You might be surprised what you get back. Time management. Time management is also a huge one. Time management kills a lot of entrepreneurs. You get burnt out, you can't manage your time. I'm guilty of this constantly, especially with all the different things that I try to do on a daily basis. Time management is always going to be that looming ghost in the shadows. You're always going to have to deal with it at some point, so just know that going in and try to nip it in the bud when you can. If you know that you have issues with time management, create a schedule for yourself. Set alarms on your cell phone if you need to make sure that you're always aware of where you need to be before you need to be there. I'm ex-military. I pride myself on being where I'm supposed to be, when I'm supposed to be there all the time. I'm always early. As an entrepreneur, you need to develop that mindset as well, because again, nobody is going to kick you in the butt and motivate you to be where you're supposed to be for that client acquisition meeting or that strategy meeting or whatever. You have to do it yourself. Keep that in mind. Looking back down, having no patience. We talked patience. Patience is key. You have to be able to trust the fact that everything's happening in the right time frame, that everything's going to be just fine. As soon as you can let go a little bit and be a little more patient, things will go a lot more smoothly. When you start to rush around and you start to get upset because things aren't happening on your projected time frame, that's when things really start to get a little dicey. So obviously some things are going to have to be on a time constraint when they don't necessarily need to be done right this second. Just keep an open mind about that. Just make sure you revisit that shortly in the future to make sure that you're still managing the project. Not enough clients. I totally get that. Not enough clients. In that case, you need to outsource your sales department or something like that. You need to find an agency or somebody that can do better media for you, because there are so many clients out there for every single market. I don't care if you are a roofer, a landscaper, a hairdresser. Doesn't matter what your product or service is, there are a million people out there trying to buy it right now, so you just need to put yourself out there more. It may just come down to you need to go out and hire a specific salesperson and pay them $100,000, but you'd be surprised what a motivated salesperson can do for your organization. So if it's client acquisition, we'll talk about that in future videos, different things that I've found in my career that have helped get clients for specific business to business or business to customer relation. We'll talk about a lot of that stuff. But if it's client acquisition that you're having an issue with, get better at media marketing, get better at sales. Start reading some books, start looking at some blogs and forums and things like that. Start putting yourself out there and reinvesting in yourself to learn those things that are holding you back. Because if it's client acquisition, then at the end of the day, that's on you. You need to fix that. Either hire somebody or start learning. That was just a question off of the Millionaire Mindset group off of Facebook. Again, if you're not part of that group, go ahead and join it. Millionaire Mindset Entrepreneurs Club. That's the group name on Facebook. Maybe I'll go ahead and put a link down in the description below. A great group of people. They're always trying to help each other out. They talk a lot about changing your mindset, thinking bigger picture, and focusing, being more goal-oriented and focusing more on specific goals rather than the dream at the end of the day. So that was what is the number one problem you face when trying to be more productive as an entrepreneur. I hope you liked that content. If you did, definitely like this video, like our page on Facebook, go over to the Instagram if you're looking for motivational stuff all the time. And if you're looking to start your own online business, check out our Shopify Brand Builder 101 course. The videos are on our Facebook page and also our YouTube channel. Links will be in the description below. But thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you again in the next one to redesign your grind.